I just realized we're about to hit 550. Dang. Hey, you, watching the stream or the uploaded video or whatever. Remember to like and subscribe. You should do it. I'll threaten you. Have a nice day. Barney! Fuck yeah! Good to see you, man. Excuse me. Henry. He's come to see us. We'll just give it a moment for everyone else to filter in. Okay. Hi, Wef. It's good to see you, bud. All right, let's see. Let's do this one. Yeah! Everyone else is slow, not fast like I am. Dang right. Fuck yeah. Excuse me. What do you do in your streams? That's a valid question. Bit of everything. I mean, I've got my lore streams, which are akin to a war game that chat takes place in. I do just play games. We held our award show recently. Raven was not eligible just because he wasn't a VTuber. I'm sorry, it's just how the rules I made up on the spot worked. Yeah, games, weld inspections, a lot of games. What's happening now? That's a better that's probably the question you were actually asking. We are gonna be checking through some different fantasy armors and seeing how well they'd hold up in an actual conflict. And to do that, we're going to take a look at the sort of hazards they are associated with and try to figure out if they, if there was a reason for them to look like that, or if it's just fantasy bullshit. Good question. Let me just put this on shuffle. Yeah. Yeah, since it's your first time here, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any special rule things I have. It's always preferable when you leave you don't announce it, but fucking whatever these days. And yeah, standards of behavior are higher than typical VTubers. If you start jacking off in chat, you will be permabanned, but you're a cool dude, Barney. I don't think we'll have that issue. I'm considering having... That's a weird rule. Partially because I'm an insecure piece of shit. And partially because I view this like a regular performance. You know, you're up there, you're telling your jokes, you're showing people things, and then at the back of the room you just hear, Hey, I gotta go. Yeah, I left the oven on, and I gotta take a poop. Sorry, I'm going. Bye. It's just, you know. Back when I was smaller and was really insecure about my view count, then it was something that genuinely bothered me. Now it's just a little tongue-in-cheek thing of, well, okay, well, that guy's a bit of a dick, but whatever. But no, very valid question. Does Knight Optimus Prime from the last two Bayformers movies count as an armor that can be used for this? That's why you just disappear. Yeah. The Irish Goodbye, I believe it's called. I don't think Optimus Prime is very medieval. And I don't know, Transformers fits into science fantasy, but I'm not going to be doing Optimus Prime. Hey, Swag. I might have you make this one into a video if it turns out well. We'll see. Because, we're hurting in the video department. I'm also hurting in the fucking wallet. Nazgul armor. That's actually a really good fucking suggestion. So I've got our first thing here. This is our wonderful tier list. Wow. Merlin and King Arthur are canon to Transformers lore. Okay, well then, if King Arthur has some cool armor, we can review it. But I'm not doing fucking Optimus Prime. Alright, let's start off. Do we want to just do generic Nazgul, or do we want to do, like, pretty nice tier list? Who made it? I'm making it. I also used a template from that tier list generator site. But the letters are mine. What are we up to? Title says it. So, do we want the Nazgul or the Witch King? I guess it's not too different. Nazgul, Witch King is mid. Ooh, strong opinion. Fair enough. I need to figure out where some fucking probably need official sources. Armor's cloak and a helmet. I mean, the thing is, with all of the Nazgul stuff, they typically depict them with the steel hands as well, you know? I shouldn't do eBay because it's just gonna ask me for my fucking location. Like, why would you? Whatever. Like, obviously this is a fan-made thing, but they typically do have. You were thinking Shadow of War. That makes it easier. Yes. Man. Now do we want the Nazgul themselves or Talion's Nazgul armor? Ooh. One thing I really do appreciate with the Nazgul is that these ones aren't just fucking cloak and dagger, or cloak and mask. Now, the helmets themselves, excuse me, in my personal opinion, leave a lot to be desired. Mainly because, you know, they're supposed to be ornate, so they're not gonna be the most practical. Having horns, especially curved shit like that, it's just not good. Also, yeah, I'm doing good, swag. Something like this is a bit better. I can work with this. And then shoulders, again, it's fitting in with the gothic design, so I can't give it too much shit, mainly because I fucking love the gothic design, but yeah, I think it gets a good pass for me. I like this shit a lot. I was just looking at that. If you abstract from the canon appearance, they look fine. But no, this is... I like these. If I use a mask, since there's too many, I'd say the pointy one. What, like this gent? If it's this gent, fuck that. Good fucking luck seeing all that. Now, I know the Nazgul... Yeah, the lag will happen. Thank you for pointing it out. I'm sure we didn't notice it. Wow, I'm a dick today. I'm sorry. Okay. Alright, we're good. You okay, Shark? Still sick? Still stressed? Still have a bathtub that's half full of shit water? That's not a joke. It's quite disgusting, but we're getting the plumbing fixed finally. Jesus. Anyways, this gentleman here, I understand the Nazgul have like their special sense or some shit. Like that he doesn't need physical eyes, but you know. Heard Terrytown. Goddamn right. Although we will probably change it to be something more fitting armor review. In fact, yeah, you know what? For the edit, I will change that. No, going to fucking Stardew Valley stuff is not... Let me click the On the March playlist. Fuck it. Hydro Station, baby. Alright. Excuse me. This guy, the helmet leaves a lot to be desired. But the chest plate, while a little spiky for my personal taste, it's culturally significant, fair enough, whatever. I'm gonna put this Nazgul gentleman in a solid... We're gonna put him as... I'm gonna go B tier right now for him. I'm going B tier. Okay. Very good suggestion. This is why we think you're cool, Barney. Okay, Wilku, Nightmare Soul Calibur. Nightmare Soul Calibur, did you say 3? Yep. Okay. Okay, Is it this dude? Don't worry, Ziphius, I haven't forgotten. It's just Wilku had first dibs. His good counterpart isn't as edgy. Okay, let's take a look at that. Siegfried? Oh, what the fuck? Ew. Ew! Ew! Okay, which Siegfried am I doing? This yellow one? Or the whitish one? Hello, Eli Cody. What the whitish. Okay. So, if we're going... If I just put in white, will it give me... Okay, that's way too fucking spiky for anything. Original timeline? The fuck? Okay. Open image, new tab. Let's take a look at this fucker. Final Fantasy 16. We'll have to take a look. Alright. So, first off, you know what's really cool about the human head? It contains your brain. Everyone who goes into a combat situation should have some sort of head protection. Look at me. I've got a helmet. It fits me perfectly. Shut the fuck up. As for this itself, I mean, in his regular pose, I see an exposed gap in his armor. What's with the spikes thing? Spikes? Like on him? I think those are supposed to be feathers. Or do you mean the serrations along the strong of his blade? Because that's just called bad design. Skyrim Daedric armor. Fuck, that's a good decision. Or a good suggestion. We'll get to that one. It's a kilogram of feathers. Fuck. It's one of his alt swords. Good, because if this was his main one, he'd die pretty fucking quick. Are you supposed to use the serrations as a fucking hilt? Like, you could shave off 90% of this fucking blade. I'm assuming this is like a monster hunter sort of thing, so he's using it for crushing power rather than actually trying to cut. If he is trying to cut, that's a shame. Alright, armor design. Huh. Gap here, gap what looks like in the center of his chest. He's got no sort of mail or whatever underneath. That's just... I get that you need gaps in the armor for joints and shit. Even though... It looks like you have articulating plates, though. If you have the technology for articulating plates, have them articulate all the way down. Don't leave a gap to get fucking shanked. Also, I think this is a cavalry suit, because his crotch is undefended. Like... Also, that's just gonna get in the way. He's got steel underneath for these, so that nothing really wrong with the arm itself. I quite like it. Gauntlets are serviceable. They're one of my favorite types. Not necessarily the best, but one of my personal favorites. I'm gonna say he's C tier. No, D tier. Maybe Nightmare's more practical. We'll do 2 separate entries then. Okay. Okay, give me a fucking high-res image of him. Let's take a look at him. Dark Nut, that's a good suggestion too. Okay, so he's got his weird demon arm thing, which kind of, you know, kind of fucks over any comparison, but whatever. Helmet, big and wingy, which means if I do a strike and I miss his head going towards his shoulders, I'm gonna break his fucking neck. Center eyepiece, give your opponent something to target. You have an eye in your... Are you compensating? Are you blind? Roland, that's not my name. This massive gap right here. Thank you, Roland. That's not good. That sword is a demon. That sword is barely a sword. I don't know. This is just not... I can't excuse this. Have you heard of Ego Gear? No, I have not. Are there any armor designs from it? This is a man who wants his peener cut off. And for those of you in my audience who are about to say same, shut up, please. Come on. Okay, what's the next one? "5e Monster Manual Death Knight." Okay. 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 I'm thinking. I don't hate it. Now, let's go through a couple things. First off, back scabbard sword. Specifically in an orientation that is for left-handed. Interesting choice. Now, granted, unless you have a specialized scabbard, to draw that may be a bit of a pain depending on the length of it. But I don't feel like getting into that argument with somebody in the comments who's never held a fucking blade. So I'll just pretend that I don't see a problem with it whatsoever. Also, with the angle that's going and the size of that handle, I think I'm just critiquing the artistry now. Not the point. He's got... Okay, I don't mind this. I'm a fan of tattered scarves. Or tattered capes, shit like that. I genuinely like it. Is it practical? Not necessarily, but I like it. Next, we have this... I'm forgetting the term for these layered flap thingies. It's not lamellar, it's... I don't know. I'm assuming that's supposed to be a textured steel plate. He's got nothing covering his joints, which is not great. He also doesn't have fucking gloves or mitts or anything, which is a little weird. As for the leg, okay, if it's left-hand offense, then okay, fair enough. You have your defensive leg plated with a half skirt. Okay, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I think it's a little ornate in places that it doesn't need to be. It's missing joint protection. That belt looks so fucking uncomfortable. Like, it looks like he has two waists. I'm gonna say this one will get... I'm gonna give this one a B tier. Oops. This pitching one. Oh, I see. Your armor. Well, my armor's perfect. Okay. Next one that came in. Not the best in practicality. It's best for lore. As the natures make sense for a fallen powerful paladin. Not gonna lie. I'd expect a powerful paladin to have better fucking gloves. Oh, yeah. What's the point of armor when you can just dodge all the way or take cover? Valid question. And as... Actually, that is part of the reason that plate armor got phased out. Let me explain that. Initially, you think of... Now, cool thing about an arrow is that it is very fucking difficult to dodge it. And unless you've got, you know, only one archer and a lot of cover, if you're going one-on-one with somebody who's got something ranged, and you don't have something that can block that, you're just getting fucked over. Dodging is an active defense. Blocking, like with a shield or your own weapon, that's an active defense. Active works if you are prepared for the threat, you are not overwhelmed by other things, and you are, you know, there's nothing else. But as soon as you put in these other factors, you know, there's more enemies, or there's a strike that you can't parry, or you're caught off guard, then you need something. Because otherwise, that fucker with a fucking sax that he hasn't sharpened in 6 years, it's still gonna fucking hurt you. Granted, I don't know why you'd be using a sax against plate armor. Time period doesn't match up. Not the point. Can you swim in plate armor? I do not know. I have not tried it. And my armor is not good for it. I'm going to assume no. Because pretty common way of killing knights when the conditions are right would be to fucking knock them down in the fucking mud and keep them down. I'm kind of going off the rails with that. But yeah. Plus, having proper armor gives you a lot of options. Because now, if you know you can get... Or multiple times in history there were arrow types that were able to pierce... Not necessarily arrow types, but large enough fucking, like, everyone's got the English longbow. Now, while I'm not entirely sure the efficacy of it against full straight-up plate, simple fact of the matter is, if, well, pretty much any bow, if you hit a fucking joint, you go through because it's not solid plate. And armor would get developed to the threat it was facing. For example, My favorite example is the Kastenbrust. We see shit like this, where the knights look like they have a fucking beer gut of some sort. Jordan, I'm very fucking aware it's Streamlabs. Heavy crossbow is a bit crazy. Yeah, yes and no. There's a bit more to it than that. But you can see, like, a lot of these, the knights would look like they had a fucking beer gut. And that was because the armor, they'd realize, hey, we're getting a lot of impacts from range shit to the front of you. We need ways to deflect this. So they'd shape it so that the impact would go off to the side. They would put really fucking thick plate in the front. It wasn't just uniform flat shit. Like, the center beer gut of these was fucking, if I'm not mistaken, there's been finds of, is it an inch thick in the very center? Granted, that sort of thing is more so when gunpowder was becoming commonplace. Because when stronger projectiles became more readily available, then it's like, oh fuck, we need armor to be able to protect against this. So it gets bigger and heavier. Problem is, you can only carry so fucking much. And after a while, it's like, okay, we can either make these tank soldiers that they can move like 20 feet an hour, but they'll be able to survive most shots other than at joints or the head or whatever. Or we just fucking forget the armor. Or at the very least lessen it. And you saw shit like that with the Spanish, where they'd have these beautiful cuirasses. Burgonet helmet, maybe. Do we have a shield or not? It's always preferable to have a shield than not. And if somebody tells you that dual wielding is an excellent technique, well, let them go into a fight and, you know, they can rip that band-aid off. Will Japanese armor be included? Well, Wilku, this is... I hate to break it to you, Wilku. A lot of your favorite video games come from Japan. Is power armor allowed? I'm gonna say no, despite the thumbnail, because you know what? Fuck it. Sure. Can I suggest someone who has Japanese-style armor? How racist do you think I am? Yes, you can. T-45. Now, are we saying the Fallout 3 version of it? Or the Fallout 4 version of it? Let's go to the basic version of this. Fallout 4 is most recent. Yes, but it's also fucking huge. So that's why I was... Now, I'm gonna be honest. Raider power armor. I'm gonna rip this band off. It was developed for war. Roland, do you know what armor is? Armor by... Not by definition specifically, but armor is typically developed for conflict with weapons. It was made to withstand rockets and bullets. I'm aware. We're getting to that. So, granted, I am a little rusty on my Fallout lore. But, if I'm not mistaken, during the Sword of Arms race that Fallout had before the bombs drop, this was... The power armor was developed for fucking... You're salty. I'm only salty when I'm fucking right. Might be slow as fuck, but we have miniguns. We're getting to that. It was developed, fuck it. Sure, I'm gonna stop trying to do that line because I can't fucking think. It has a fusion core on its back, so it's super safe to wear. Yeah. Well, remember, Fallout has enough commonplace radiation hazards that they've got, like, it's a common product to have anti-radiation pills and blood transfusions. It was developed for the Alaska War. That's the word! Yes! Operation Anchorage. The Chinese invading. And yes, it was used to great fucking effect. 40k power armor? I don't know enough about the 40k universe to be able to judge the sort of threats that gets into. Liberty Prime, that's not an armor suit worn by a person, so we won't be doing that. Regardless, let's take a look at this. So, respirator slash voice slash radio slash fucking whatever you want. Yeah, I know, but Fallout. Yeah, I know, but look at the title of the video. T-45 was weaker for higher production. That I did not know. But that makes sense, because the simple fact of the matter is, when it comes to wartime, sure, you can say as much as somebody got to mention Liberty Prime. First off, no. Second off, now you did. We can get the fuck off that subject. No. I am salty tonight. I apologize. Now, I don't know how much you've watched of that Super Canon Fallout TV show. You can squish a man's head like a melon with those hands. Also, carrying a fucking minigun. Because, as a certain someone said, Roland, we might be slow as fuck, but we have miniguns. For some reason, miniguns in the Fallout universe fire the fictional 5mm round, and it sucks, but if we ignore that and pretend it fires an actually intelligent choice of bullet, then it's pretty solid. Now, I can go and make my complaints about the design and joints and shit. But, of course, there's always somebody who's gonna come in here and be like, well, you fucking... Excuse me. I'm losing my fucking train of thought. Always gonna be somebody who comes in and is like, this video game shows it doing all this, and in universe it survives all this shit. Yeah, but shut up. I do feel that it is extremely bulky in certain areas that it doesn't need to be. I do like the lifting lugs on the sides. Nice little touch. Part in the chest, stomach area, it's not bulletproof. Are you fucking kidding me? Hold up, is that true, Barney? All armors are weak at the joints, no matter what. They are weaker at the joints. There is always a way of protecting it. Obviously, never 100%. But holy fuck, like, give it some fucking... some hang-down plating or something. Is this seriously not bulletproof? Yeah, Barney, fact check that. Because if that's true, then fuck this design, it goes in F tier. Video game logic is not real-life logic. That is very true, Jordan. It's mostly radiation-proof, environmental hazard-proof, and waterproof. And it can provide user with oxygen, too. It's mostly bulletproof. I'm gonna be blunt. If the bulletproof part does not include this area, then it goes in the garbage. Now... as for, utility. Y'all know the story of Wojtek the Bear if you've been around here. It's a guy who can do a lot of fucking manual lifting is good. Brotherhood of Steel got it all wrong. You shouldn't have one guy who's carrying all the shit. Use this thing as a fucking pack horse. And then, you know, when combat comes, then use it for actual work. But, like... the problem I see with this design... below the chest plate, it can be penetrated by higher velocity, or higher caliber rounds. Okay, so it's... there's a bulletproof suit in the gut part. Okay... so, now, how does this tilt forward? Because it seems to be connected all around on this. Like, this entire back piece seems to be a solid part connected to that. So then this little part would not... I don't know. Regardless, not my point. I fully believe that there should be at least something hanging down over it. Now, if your super soldier suit requires the person inside to be wearing a fucking plate carrier to survive what they're going to be put into, there's probably a problem. Radiation proof, we're gonna ignore the physics and just accept that. Environmental hazard proof. I mean, it looks like, with the way it's designed, you get fucking rain and it'll just pool down into the suit. And then that's gonna get fucking gummed up with mud and shit. And then you're gonna have problems moving around. Granted, that's gonna be pretty easy to fix. Unless you can stab through the chest with a fucking screwdriver. If that's the case, fuck this design. Provides its user with oxygen too. The size of these tells me that the oxygen is gonna last them under 30 minutes. However, I don't know if they'll be exerting themselves a lot in this suit. I'm assuming not, but at the same time, it requires additional training to be able to use power armor. So, yeah. Profile pictures armor. I'll take your word for it. I can't see profile pictures. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna put this one in a controversial tier. I'm gonna give it a C. Big Daddy. Oh, god damn it. Yeah. Wait, do we want, like, the Mr. Bubbles, or... like that? Or are we thinking, like, Alpha? Alpha? Okay. Good, because that requires a bit less massive... Mr. Bubbles is so much cooler. Cooler, but not practical. Is that accurate to the in-game model? Looks like it. Or Rose's one. Do you mean the pink one, or? I did not want to download that. But I guess we've downloaded this random image from the internet. I do not own this image. Okay. So, time period. BioShock 1/2. Hazards. This suit was developed to be protecting against the ocean floor. In other words, extreme high pressures. I forget if it was actually developed with combat in mind, but it seems to fucking hold up. Of course, the, what just happened? Where's my music? Yes, video... Why the fuck would YouTube do that? It was not designed with combat in mind. Okay. Well, it holds up. Got your little belay hook. The user is kind of fucked over with a lot of permanent body disfiguration that, you know, it's necessary, but It's terrible. Once you get into it, you don't really get out. Now, of course, you got your air tanks, your weird utility belt, and the drill. Oh, the drill. We do love the drill. Handyman from BioShock Infinite. I'm not going to do the handyman, partially because that goes so far out of the realm of armor to, like, that is just another fucking species. Now, as we know from playing BioShock, good old Subject Delta is capable of removing the drill to use different tools in that. Should the drill be considered a weakness? I'm going to say no, because this specific gentleman who you play as throughout the entirety of BioShock 2 is fully capable of using a multitude of other tools. So I'm thinking you can pull your arm out of this, have it hang to the side or attached to your back or whatever, and then you've just got your rivet gun. Also, I love his little booties. Don't like the disgusting amount of belts. Kind of think that, or I'd hope that we have better ways of securing it, but such is life. Also, knee pads for comfort. Counter, or downside of this, you can't look down. He cannot see his peener, and he never will. He might catch a glimpse. No, he can't, because he can't really ever take it off. And that's the thing. I like this suit. I love the design. I love the art style. I love quite a bit. But for the fact, and you need to be permanently disfigured for the purpose of it. Unfortunately, Subject Delta is gonna go in F tier. Not his fault. Should we count the tonics? How the fuck is that related to the armor? Wait, do you mean like the fucking... Like from the machines and shit? Like the... No. This video... I just remember the armor tonic. Okay. Swag, I'm not sure if you realize, when I say you can't ever take this armor off, I mean you can't take this armor off. Like, you will never take this armor off. I mean, I know Delta technically does, but it's an irreversible thingy, and it's quite clear at the time that it's a very fucking risky thing. Excuse me. Hello, Skull. Alright. What else do we got? I can't scroll far back. In the suit, you only speak in whale sounds. There's that too. Yeah, you can't fucking talk. Flamebreaker said. Do the Tears of the Kingdom version, why not? And I don't think it fucking matters. Ocarina Ganondorf. Oh, yes, yes, we'll do that one next. Now, Flamebreaker armor. This is where our hazards that we're trying to protect ourselves against come into play. What are we trying to protect ourselves against? Good question. There's extreme heat. We need to not fucking die. The heat will literally set you on fire. It will cause your skin to immolate on contact with the very air. Link. That putting a bar does not stop the air. There is no insulation. F tier. Fucking F tier. It has a purpose to protect against the fire hazard. That is its only purpose. Game mechanics aside, it fucking fails in that purpose. You don't need the full set to be immune to it in the game, though. Yep. And in Fallout 4, power armor's the best. But it's only C tier here. Good old Crenando. Hey, what armor? Because what I see is a fucking wrestler's outfit and thigh-high boots. F tier. Whoops. He has plating at the top of the boots, though. Okay. Skull, I don't know if you realize this, but when somebody comes at you with a sword, they aren't typically trying to chop the top of your foot. Don't get me wrong, you get in a grapple with someone, they might try to stomp on your toesies. But I think having things that slow down your legs will not be fucking helpful. Raven Beak armor. We'll do I can do StarCraft 1 because I don't know StarCraft 2. He has a bunch of armor by his neck. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, this is Destiny 2. What the fuck? Don't get me wrong, having something to prevent someone from cutting your head off is great. But I'm gonna stab him in the ribs. Okay. Ziphius, where does the armor start? Neck armor doesn't help when you don't have a helmet. That's also very fucking true. Coverage to Zerg evolution. Okay, so what you're saying is StarCraft 2 armor is different. He is the armor. What I'm saying is, I see bare feet. Now, shut the fuck up. I know VTuber feet, and regretfully mine especially, haha. But he's got his toesies out. He's as armored as Samus. Oh, so this is all external? Question, where's the fucking padding? Because unless he has a fucking real hourglass figure, there's no fucking padding whatsoever here. If you kick him in the ribs, your foot's gonna hurt, sure. But he's also, like, the plates only absorb so much impact before the impact hits you. Armor has to flex, or bend, or dent, or something. Seems more robot than creature. Yeah, I'm gonna not do this one because it seems to be pretty inconsistent. And I wouldn't give him a good rating anyway. So I'll piss off less people this way. Cool, yeah, just throw those. Okay. So, Swag, as our resident StarCraft expert, would you say that this is an accurate enough depiction for me to make some judgments? Can you review Samus next? No. Since we're doing sci-fi, I don't want to do more sci-fi. Look up the one from Remastered. This is remastered, but whatever. Okay. Twilight Princess, Dark Nuts. Handyman. I told you no about the Handyman, and I would prefer not to tell you no again. I'm gonna throw out random games. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Minecraft. We're not doing Minecraft. Okay, so for protection, I'm gonna say fucking excellent. For visibility, it's kind of lacking, but considering the universe it's in, I'm gonna say it's A tier. I genuinely... I think for the hazards that this Marine is supposed to go up against, that is probably... Is that a yes or a no? I didn't get to that one, Wilku. For space, it's a mirror visor. That... Okay. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Oh, never mind. Sorry, Wilku. I didn't mean to yell at you. I mean, I did at the time, but I was just in the wrong part of my chat thing. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm getting salty and moving around too much. Let's get out of sci-fi. Okay. We're gonna get the Minecraft off the stream. Virgil from Rainbow Six. It's not really fantasy, you know. We won't be doing that one. So, Dark Knight. Got a big fuck-off executioner sword. And a smaller but still very functional buckler. Joints are covered in chain. Now, the armor is fatally weak at the back, but I will give it a bit of a pass because the armor it is based on typically was a bit fucking weak at the back there. Granted, it was more so the behind the legs, but still. I call me biased because Twilight Princess is my favorite in the series. I really like this design. I really like this design. And as things break off, he becomes a lot more mobile. And it becomes more and more apparent that this fucker is bred for war. His rapier slash little sword slash whatever is also pretty fucking neat. And it's for this reason that I will happily put a Dark Nut in A tier. Okay. Yeah, we won't be doing anything from Payday, because it's not fantasy. Silver Samurai. The fuck? What about Undyne? No. So it's like a samurai, except without a lot of the armor. His armor's adamantium. Okay, his armor is a metal that doesn't exist, so I'm not going to put that into account. Also, if you're about to tell me that the fucking... those are made out of adamantium, I'm about to tell you to go fuck yourself. He doesn't even have full foot wraps or anything. He's wearing spandex. So, wow, this is some really great medieval fantasy that we're being suggested. I don't like this guy. Don't like him. He'll go in D tier because at least he has some fucking torso protection. Actually, no. The fucking threat that he's going against is supervillains. Fuck you. A supervillain can chop your arm off. Fuck you. If you are not, he is a supervillain. You're going against superheroes. A superhero can cut your hand off. Also, how the fuck is he a supervillain? He's just a dude with a fucking knife. That... bat suit. What? He's a Wolverine enemy. Oh, okay. So he's not fantasy. Okay, well then we'll remove him. I am impressed that I need to say this, but in this review of fantasy armors, please suggest fantasy. BioShock, I let slide because it's close enough for historical fantasy. I can make it work. Metroid, not good with fantasy. That's okay, but ignore Marvel Black Knight. Yeah. Skyrim steel armor. You know what? Yeah, let's go Lydia. Skyrim. The Cod of War set. Well, I think wearing fish isn't very good typically. Okay. So I know that the steel helm exists. I know that I don't really like it, so we'll let that pass. Okay, got the blade catchers there, cool, but there's no steel below it. So it's like, haha, you didn't get my head, you got my shoulder. Which is better, but I don't know. You have your fucking archer vam braces. Because why not? Lydia does not use a bow unless you're dumb enough to give her one, so... I say dumb enough, but I always do. It's really weirdly segmented in a lot of parts. Like, and it's, why are there so many belts? Can somebody explain it to me? Get Sam Bael in here. He's got a bunch of belts. Like, his belts look cool at least. These belts don't. Also, no. Go to the fucking next one. There, sorry. Simple boots. I can work with that. Simple greaves. This chest part for the combat harness is just so fucking lazy. And these. No. Look, it's not the worst set that I've seen. And it's definitely not the worst set in Skyrim. But I'm throwing Lydia in C tier. See ya later, bitch. Fallen Ash set. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this swag? What the fuck is this? First off, where's his fucking helmet? I'll wait for you to tell me that he doesn't have one. Looks cool. No? You can headbutt a god to death without it. Yeah, but you need. Okay. It's also the heavy armor from Rust. Is that a fantasy game swag? Or okay. Like, it's not a fantasy game. How about the next person to completely disregard the whole fantasy thing? We're just kicking out for the fucking night. That'll give me a bit of smug satisfaction. Starting now. Give me some fantasy shit. You know, like I've been asking for the whole fucking night. Anyways, there's no fucking helmet. The looks are awful. And just no. That is not a good fucking design. Does it have to be a fantasy video game? Fantasy. I need an armor design from fantasy. Okay? Somebody, please. Oblivion Remastered Iron Armor. Thank you. Okay. Arthur's Lich Lord. Nice. That's a good suggestion. We'll try that one. Okay. Standard cuirass. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Boots are serviceable. No protection over the joints here. And no neck protection. How's Cyrodiil's climate? Do they get... I'm forgetting. Like... Does Cyrodiil have snow? Granted, I'm gonna give it a pass. No, I'm not, because it's still not protected. It does. Okay. I'm thinking either B or A tier. This is good fucking armor. It's just this part and the lack of neck protection that really gets me. Oops. We'll go B tier. That was a good suggestion. Warcraft 3 Arthas Lich King. Armor. I redesigned the Lich King. I don't want you to redesign it. I want the original. Edgy Paladin, turn Death Knight, turn Lich King. Yeah. I don't actually know which parts are... Like, is that accurate? Oh, wait. I think this one is. Okay. So. The entire armor was encased in the frozen throne. Huh. Well, one thing's a problem. He's pretty cold, and his face is exposed. And that's not great. Now, shoulder pads are really fucking huge, but I know that's part of the art style. This belt buckle would fucking kill you every time you sat down. I know that's not a belt buckle. Shut up. These little leaf fucking thigh protection things. Okay. I don't know. I don't know, man. It follows a lot of the proper conventions of it. It's the thighs I'm concerned about. As with my girlfriends, typically, the thighs are one of the most important parts. The other being her beautiful smile. As you can tell, I'm very single. I'm gonna say Arthas is B tier. Good suggestion. Thank you. Single-handedly caused the fall of Silver Moon. But what will cause the fall of Pokemon? Vince Valador had said Overkill Deathland. Did I spell that incorrectly? I did. Okay, you weren't here when I made the, You weren't here when I made the promise, so I'll give you a pass. If it is... Remove Overkill. Oh. Oh, yes, the Deathland... Like, the mod for the Warhammer thing. Yes. I should play this. I have it downloaded and everything. But yeah. No, Now, of course, you have the little guys, which, are just little Canadians running around with their little trench clubs and shovels. But then you get shit like this. And the rocket launcher dudes. Majority of Deathland armor, man's artillery. Yep. Okay, I can't find a specific one, so I'm just gonna take this and give it a fucking S tier. Sorry, you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that it says no friendly fire and it's stolen from a thumbnail. I have a lot of love for the design of that mod. And yeah. Steampunk medieval is not something you see often. Where, like, it is and it isn't, but actually it's almost more diesel punk than anything. Just with the way it looks. Bottom line, I love the way that stuff looks. Ornstein. Ornstein fights dragons. I don't have a problem with this. This is just good fucking armor. If you're expecting a wholehearted review on this, fuck you, it's getting A tier. It's just good. Gold armor against fire. It's not made of gold, it's just colored gold. Also, gold armor against anything. It's fucking gold. It's heavy as shit, it melts, it breaks. Like, gold is a dog shit material for anything other than conducting. To my knowledge. I could be wrong. Oryx Mad God. I like him. Horned helmet makes it so he can't be S tier. But he can at least be A tier. I want to make it clear, if you show me anything that has a horned helmet, like the Opera Viking helms, it will not be getting an S tier, ever. Hallowed Armor Terraria. I'll allow it. I don't fucking know. It's pixels, man. I can't get too much on that. Without getting into fan depictions, yeah. It looks like it's got wings on the helmet. Shovel Knight. Okay, Geralt of Rivia. Witcher 3. There, we got good old to back us up. This is really good quality. Look at how lifelike Geralt's face is. See the emotion. It's great. Geralt having chain shoulder pads has always kind of bugged me. Leather as an armor is questionable. You know, I was doing this for the memes, but I actually do need to look at a proper one. That's not helpful. Leather pants, you are going to... Wilku. Leather pants, you are going to sweat so fucking bad, but he's a witcher, so he doesn't sweat. And his heart doesn't beat
and all this other stuff, and
I don't care. Let's, He does have dick protection. I'll give him that. So are these just like leather pads with chain laid over them? And I'm gonna choose to believe that, 1 second. I'm gonna choose to believe that this substance on his arm is chain. Because if it's cotton, he can go fuck himself. So many fucking belts. The spiked spiked leather is an interesting thing, because now when you punch, those better have some hell of a backing to them. I don't know. I can't give it a good rating, but I won't give it a bad one. I'll put him in B tier. It's better than Skyrim, but... Shovel Knight. Why? What? Did you say this after my comment about horned helmets? I don't know, C tier, I guess? Dead Ringer. Crypt of Necrodancer. Okay. Okay, I actually quite like that. I'm just gonna straight up give that B tier. Except C tier, because he's got one eye. I'm not discriminating, I'm just choosing based on qualities he can't control. Vessel. Pure vessel. Swag. Now, I want to know, genuinely, like, I need to know, what the fuck am I supposed to think about this for armor? Not that one. Okay. Like this? Okay. Okay, you get a pass. I was just sitting here like, are you fucking kidding me? One facing forward. Is that an official source, though? Facing. I don't like using Reddit. Okay. I don't know how his arms are protected. This does look like he just has a neck piece. Like a gorget and the pauldrons. Maybe a bit down the chest. I'm going to say F tier. He forgot to wear armor. That's also life size. Cloak's made of silk. From the waivers, I can cut metal. Okay. My nuts are made of titanium. If you're telling me his cloak's made of silk, then he has to go further into F tier. Otherwise, he can stay where he is in F tier. That's why they're so cold in the winter. Oh, yeah. The Lino set in Elden Ring. What the fuck? What the fuck? Spider silk stronger than steel. Wilku, have you seen a lighter before? I'm sure the tensile strength of a strand of silk would be stronger than that of steel. Yes. I think all the other qualities of steel would make it a better material in most circumstances. Look, I love a good sombrero as much as everyone else. But holy fuck, man. That is... I'll put it in D tier. I'll give it the respect. Because... Like, I can see someone wearing something like that, unironically, at some point. The silk has magical bullshit. Okay. I don't have anything to counter that. Other than saying your mom. Got him. Fuck, I'm good. What other ones? Remember, fantasy only. If you suggest something that's not fantasy, the garden eels will take you out back and beat the shit out of you. And then take your pocket money. And then they'll spend it on sweet tarts. Ray Dow armor set. Okay. Okay.
I'm a unicorn.
Way too fucking spiky on this one. Let's... Ray Dow Beta. No. Why is Master Chief in the thumbnail? Because it's a thumbnail. It's a thumbnail. I could have put boobs in the thumbnail, but I don't have boobs. But I could have. I should have. Except I did. I chose the female plate armor set. Or steel plate set from fucking Skyrim. I was prepared, motherfuckers. I clickbaited you. You clicked expecting to see boobers. But no, it was me. You saw me. Now you're disappointed. My boobers are much too small to satisfy you. I got you, motherfucker. Anyways, I like this armor. It's a bit too spiky, and some of the parts are a little impractical, but it follows enough traditional conventions that, oh, never mind, this fucking... Please tell me that belt buckle part isn't... Oh, no. Oh, no. No! How do you bend over? I'll find a way. Your dearest mother typically does. I'll put it in B tier because I like it. Good suggestion, Payne. Thank you. Hoping the belt buckle face is flexible. It had better be. Because otherwise, as soon as one of those monsters hit you and you fucking fold... Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones. Okay. What type of armor are we looking at? Like, the prince's armor? So I think that's an F tier. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's not really much for armor. He's got a couple arm pieces, and that's it. I need a full view of the armor. It's a desert. They add stuff because hot. Swag, have you heard of a little thing called the Crusades? RPG, Assassin's Creed, count as fantasy. I will say if it's one of the fictional factions like the Assassins, then sure. We can do like Altair or one of them. Okay, I can't find fuck all for the Forgotten Sands for a full, or not Forgotten Sands, like Two Thrones. How about I do Warrior Within? Because that one I can actually give you a decent thing. Also, I had this game as a little kid. I don't know if I still have it. I hope I do. I will check. I mean, he's got neck protection. Unlike the Two Thrones, this version of the prince is not prepared for the hot desert sun. So, to protect against the climate that it's in and most of the hazards, I think this gets an F. Ooh, it's harder to shoot you in the chest, but not impossible. I will go back to the Two Thrones one and do one that's based on the climate. Wait a second. There we are. Excuse me. Okay, you're going to get a lot of skin cancer on your arms. Also, why are your knee pads so fucking long? I'm going to put this one in D tier. Because it's not as bad as Warrior Within. But it's not a good set of armor. And that one's just, that he just has, like, fucking soccer shin guards. So, like, he can go fuck himself. In fact, there. Because that one should be F tier. Udex Gundir. He's a good lad. Does he have his feet out? I know this is Champion Gundyr. Shut up. He has his feet out. Why? Okay. Highest I can go is D tier because he doesn't have fucking shoes. But if it weren't for that, easy B tier. You know what? Yeah, I'll slide him into C just because of that. But you need to wear shoes. This isn't a debate. No shoes, no shirt, no passing rating. You go and you fuck off. I never noticed his lack of shoes. I'm a VTuber. I'm supposed to be aware of these things. Don't ask what that means. Nemesis from Hades. Do you mean Hades? I'm gonna assume you mean... Oh! Fuck, I thought that... Oh, that scared me for a second. Your rules, you decide. Good man. Yes, okay. So, hashtag foot pedals. Go fuck yourself. Okay, so the thighs are a big target, especially on her. And when you get hit in a leg, you start to bleed fucking profusely. Like, a deep leg wound is bad. Like, oh, shoot him in the leg. No, that, if you are shot in the leg, it's a natural blood sink, and you fucking walk on that too. So you're permanently disabled. Maybe not permanently, but you're definitely fucked up for a while. And you gotta, like, a leg wound you need to fucking deal with now. The shoulders, whatever, cool. Neck, a little tight, but it'll work. No helmet. Why not? And hourglass figure. Why are you an hourglass? You want your armor to absorb shock. Don't fucking be an hourglass. Don't get me wrong. If your armor follows a contour of your body, that's okay to an extent. This is the extent it's not okay to. She deserves better armor. What's her name again? Nemesis? Hashtag justice for Nemesis. Hashtag proper armor for Nemesis. Excuse me. Pro tip about your armor. I should not be able to lick your armpit. I could lick hers. That's not good armor. Lords of the Fallen, Dark Crusader. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. I like this. Okay. I think that's an easy S. Might need a new robe, but I genuinely I don't mind this. I think this is a cool fucking design. I like that a lot. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is not fantasy. You could make the argument that is with it, you know, having stuff like bits like the kami spirits and that, but they're more of a side element than anything. In F tier set, and I have one set in each letter. All the cool armor I can think of from Monster Hunter. Okay. Say a set. We'll give it a shot. Monster Hunter's fantasy. Where the fuck did my music go? Oh, right. I stopped to yell at people for things that they didn't deserve to be yelled at for. I'm a good person. Havel set. Sure, we'll go DS3's version. So, I know from my Dark Souls nerding that Havel's set is fucking heavy. But Havel's set was designed that way for a specific purpose, which is beating the shit out of dragons. Now, Havel inspired a bunch of warriors to don armor that looked similar to his and go out and beat the shit out of more dragons. This is armor. It's made of stone, I think. I believe so. And it's because, like, if a dragon's fucking coming at you, you need the mass. If you do not have the mass and you get knocked the fuck down, you're not getting the fuck up. Havel's armor is a testament to seeing a problem and creating a solution based around that problem. And that's why I consider Havel's armor to be S tier. While it might not, in reality, be the most practical, it isn't. For its purpose, It is fucking wonderful. I wonder how you poop in that. Sure, Swag. Final Fantasy's got fucking fantasy in the name. Granted, Final Fantasy 15... doesn't really fit into what I'm looking for. So, FF7 Loveless Armor. What? What? What the fuck? Can you count the amount of leather straps? Oh my god, I've been in bedrooms with less straps than that. Like, fuck, man. No, F tier. Fuck you, Cloud. Thank you, Swag. Excellent suggestion. Wow. There's just so many fucking straps. And he has a COVID mask that he can attach to it. That's always nice. How about the new Udra Gamma armor? That is a busy art style. Nefeli loot. That's barely armor. Ew. Now, the armor in Monster Hunter is designed for the purpose of beating the shit out of giant monsters. Secondary purpose is sometimes to be fucking... you know, be one with the wilderness sort of thing. I'm gonna put this in D tier. It bothers me. I'm gonna put it in C tier because I think it's supposed to bother me. FF16. I don't know who the MC is, so Slipnir. Ooh. Hold on. Easiest S tier of my fucking life. Yeah, that's no fucking contest. That is fucking beautiful. If I could steal that design and just throw it on for all of the 3rd Battalion, I would fucking do that. I love that. Okay. Clive. Light armor. Ew. 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 That's not armor. Nah, I'm not looking at that further. F tier. I like him. Ew. Why is this man the protagonist when you have a fucking knight in literally shining armor? Okay. Nefeli Lou. Champion set? Yeah. No, you can have your F tier, Barney. That's dog shit. Still would. Clive can turn into a monster. Look at that V-neck. He already is a fucking monster. Gente. Cogwork. I think they're just bugs. I think that's just their body. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're just nude. And while I love looking at naked women as much as the next guy, probably more than the next guy, it's not what I'm going for. Sauron's armor. Look at the fucking oversized helmet. Anyways, Sauron gets an A tier. The helmet's not practical, but it's fucking Sauron, man. I'll break my rules as I need to. Okay. Let's do one more. Make it a big one. We're locking it in. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 console. There's different consoles. Which console are we going for, Swag? The man one. Like this one? You sure? There's nothing better? Okay. Fucking C tier. Dead Space. Doesn't really fit with the fantasy. You've failed me, Barney. But that's okay. That's okay. Because I think this is our finalized tier list. I forgive you, Barney. You were the best man at my wedding. Except motherfuckers. 1 second. Proud of getting one of each letter. As you should be. Where's the fucking... We have one more. Taken by Mountain Horse Photography. We have Peddles the Shark from Regretfully Mine. S tier. I don't think so. I'd give it a D. I bet you would, baby. Nah, that one's for later. Now, when we take a look at the Regretfully Mine outfit, all cloth and just an airsoft vest. Yeah. So, now, for one thing, he is wearing a helmet. It will keep him very well protected. So that's pretty good. Arm protection is minimal, which is not great, especially considering the climate that he's in and the sort of threats he typically faces. He is in a typically cold climate, meaning he needs more fucking warmth and padding. He's also wearing an airsoft vest that's way too fucking small. Also, it's an airsoft vest. Not even a plate carrier airsoft vest. It's just an airsoft vest. Actually, that one is a plate carrier technically, but... yeah. He's not an archer. However, he has archer's vam braces, being completely fucking useless. Because I promise you, somebody strikes down with a blade at that, it's going through. Somebody strikes you with a blunt object, it's not protecting for much. There's no padding underneath that. These fucking leather bracers are fucking useless. As for the gloves, not bad, but considering the hazards being faced, not good. Dealing with a mostly outdoor environment, a lot of vegetation, you want coverage. Why is there not coverage? Also, it's cold. You want full coverage. Fingerless gloves are not a good decision. As for pants, there is no fucking armor on these pants. But the boots are steel-toed. So you gotta give him that. Oh, never mind. These boots aren't. These boots are fucking rubber. The full outfit is typically supposed to, but I couldn't fucking find those boots for the photo shoot, so I didn't have them. So yeah, all in all, I think that this design, mostly cloth, saves for a helmet that doesn't do much. The helmet does plenty. It protects your head. I'm gonna say Peddles is D tier. So now, we can do the secondary purpose of all this. We take what we know. What do we know? We know that our outfit is lacking. What can we do to improve it? Well, let's look at the things below to see what typically fails. We got a bunch of belts. We don't like a lot of belts. Some are necessary, some are good. Belts are useful. That much is not. Had a big P in the middle of the chest. I asked your dearest mother to do that, and she said that cost an extra $5, so I didn't get it. But maybe next time. We... Sorry. We see exposed midriffs are out. A winter variant would be a good idea. A properly armored variant would be a good idea. Maybe tomorrow I'll just fucking do a little photo shoot. I'm sorry, Barney. I'm sorry. We see things that have chain covering exposed joints tended to do well. The steel skirt is always decent. And when it comes to shoulder protection, generally, as long as it's not too pronounced, it should be fine. Pants and the arm thingies. Yeah. I think if the arm thingies, like if it was full proper steel protection, sure. Legs, mass-produced scale would... I'm not sure. Some sort of shoulder protection would definitely be nice. But the helmet's perfect. The helmet is very protective. Look at that. Very protective. Try to bunk my noodle? Uh-oh, there's a helmet in the way. You're a dumb bitch. It got you. You know how it goes. It's good. Fuck yeah. So yeah. Now we can post this. happytimes.png. You have the best kind of armor, plot armor. I am the only character in my universe that I won't kill. Happy times, I was scared the whole time. That's how Regretfully Mine streams go. You start off, you're welcomed in, and then you say something slightly off-key that suddenly makes the streamer overreact and go fucking ballistic. And then you have a bad time, but then you keep coming back. I might be imagining that last part, but you know. Barney, it was genuinely wonderful having you here. I appreciate you checking me out. And the rest of you too. You were also pretty cool.
I'm the video game boy. I'm the one who wins.
I am the one who fucking wins. There, we'll go for the Christmas mutilator today. Excuse me. We're gonna do an old-fashioned... Oh, okay. Well, shit. Just doing a thing. Do we raid Genshin? There is Cecily. Oh, there is Cecily? Is she not? Did it fucking unsubscribe me from fucking people again? Oh my god. It's pissing me off, man.
The speedrun strat. Oh, you went through the same part as you did, except there was an...
Let's raid Sicily. No! No, let's not raid Sicily. You almost got me. I did. I was fucking close, but...
So he doesn't go through this at all?
So close. Ah, well.
I don't want to, like, start all that over. Oh, no, he does.
Alright.
Sorry, I didn't realize
So...
that part was...
Since I'm not big enough to do a proper YouTube redirect, we do the old-fashioned, use the raid tag when you show up. I was just about to raid you. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Use the raid tag. Please behave yourself while you're over there. Cecily's a friend of the community, and I'd like to keep it that way. So, yeah. Stay safe, drink water, and join the shark attack. Or don't. If you don't, then fucking whatever. That's fine. I like chocolate milk. Regret, I love you. I love chocolate milk. Stay safe, Barney. Don't forget Link. Yep. Yeah, see, I am still subscribed. Why the fuck was it not? Whatever. There we are. All right, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. Boop. Oh yeah, I guess I should end the fucking stream.